Hello everyone, Sientir here with more Kingdom Come Deliverance, and our character needs help. Specifically, it got horribly beat up in the last episode while on my way fleeing. Do I have the ability to see... You know what? Okay. I have hunger. Info. You're hungry. Your stamina is decreased, and eventually you'll start losing health. Tiredness. You are exhausted. You cannot concentrate, and your speech is not so persuasive as usual. Also, your charisma has taken a hit. Eventually, you will start fainting. Speech and charisma are reduced in proportion to your tiredness. Makes sense? Talmberg, I have a nice 50 reputation, and Scouts, I have 92. Ooh, there's lots of stuff here. Total time played, money acquired, most money owned, combat stuff, all sorts of good things. Where's horsemanship? Because I got stuff up in horsemanship, apparently. Whatever, it doesn't matter. For now, I need to go talk to, what's-his-face? I discovered my bed. Oh, where's that? That sounds like a good thing to go find. And a baker. I could use some food. Okay, actually, before I wander around any further, let's go look at my quest log. My hometown was attacked by foreign soldiers and many people slaughtered. I couldn't get inside the castle before they closed the gates, so they sent me to Talmberg to warn the people there in case they faced a similar fate. Talk to Sir Robard. Okay, so that is E, I guess. Okay, I can zoom in here. Okay, that's the fast travel point. Oh, B. Looks like it's right near where I'm at.
You've
Hi.
done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
That sounds great.
I hear you came from Skalitz.
I heard about your father.
It must have been terrible.
They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
To the kitchen.
I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great one.
It's a great loss. Yes, indeed. Yes, we need food.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Indeed. Okay. Objective started. Eat.
Something to eat.
Simple objectives. Lentil mash. Hunger. The longer you go hungry, the weaker you get, and in the end you can even die. Different foods have different properties. For example, an apple won't fill you up like a roast will. Okay. I need to go to the menu. Food. Lentil mash. So let's see. 9 nourishment. Oh yeah, my nourishment is completely empty. Lentil mash is a staple of countryside cuisine. Durability, 2 days. Freshness 100%. There we go. Yeah, nourishment, health, all those things are pretty low. Ooh, roast duck. I will pick up a roast duck. 2 pieces of roast duck. And a bread roll. I don't know, am I supposed to eat all this food? I'm not quite sure how this works. Okay, let's... Bread roll. A plated, crusty white bread roll smells wonderful and tastes just as good. Oh, this is 7 nourishment. I will happily eat it. It lasts longer than the other thing did. The roast duck. A quarter of roast duck will fill you up nicely. Oh, wow. Yeah, it does. That's a lot of nourishment, but it does drain energy. Okay. Let's close that. And was there... It talked about having a wine. I'm going to pick up a piece of cheese. And an apple? Okay, he's real tired now. I don't know about drinks. It talked about washing it down with wine.
I hear you came from Scarlet's today.
Oh, there's wine.
It must have been terrible there. How did it happen?
Hi. It was awful.
It seemed like any other day. And then I saw thick smoke rising above the hamlet of Rovna. Soon, Sigismund's army were finished there and came for us. The order to attack must have come even before the alarm bell rang.
God preserve us.
Yeah, I mean...
I ran to the castle for shelter with the others. Behind me I could hear the shouts of the attackers and the screams of the wounded. Then I turned and saw father trying to save mother. They were both killed. The gate was closed by then. The men on the battlements were calling to me to run and warn you here. And with God's help I made it.
Barely.
My God, that's horrible. You were lucky to survive. And our thanks for warning us. I'll pray that you see better times.
Thank you. Excuse me. I need to go sleep now. Because apparently if I'm not careful, my character will just, like, pass out. Seems to be indicated. Okay. Tiredness. Okay, tiredness and waiting. If you're tired, your stamina and speech will also decrease. The solution to tiredness is sleep. What a shock. It's best to find an available bed. We recommend renting or buying one in an inn because sleeping in other people's beds can get you into trouble. You can also sleep in one of the mini camps, but sleeping somewhere in the woods certainly isn't as restful as getting a good night's sleep in a bed at a good inn. Places you can sleep can easily be seen on the map. Okay. That little icon and that icon. To sleep, you first sit on the bed using E, then launch sleep E, and set how long you want to sleep for. The sleep menu will show you the effects of sleeping, how much you will be rested, and how hungry you will get. If you're not tired, you won't be able to sleep. Neither can you sleep so long that your hunger reaches the maximum. The longest you can sleep at one time is 12 hours. You can check how much you need to sleep in the player tab in the energy stat under the picture of Henry. You'll be warned that you need to sleep both in the buffs tab and by the icon next to your health indicator, this guy. If you have to wait for something, you can skip time by clicking T and similarly to sleep, setting the time you want to wait. Beware though, unlike your sleep, your tiredness will increase along with your hunger during time skip. Makes sense. Apple has some good durability to it. wine has a lot of durability to it. Excellent wine, the consumption of which can lead to fun, song, drunken blabbering, loss of memory, and empty purses. Here's some cheese. My energy is very low. I'm going to go ahead and eat this cheese and wash everything down with this wine. Now I have some good nourishment. And he did tell me to take off my boots. I don't know if that's a literal thing I should be trying to do. I guess I can drop. I don't know. I'm just going to sit. Drunkenness. Alcohol begins to act gradually, giving you bonuses on speech, vitality, charisma, and strength, although if you overindulge, the after effects can be less than pleasant. So I can inventory now. So can I unequip? Yeah, okay. I'll do that. And then sleep. How long do you want to sleep? How about a good solid 8 hours? That seems reasonable. Eh? Is this just a transition, or are we getting interrupted in the middle of our rest? I could see either one happening.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a sermon.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Certainly can. Just to express hurt and pain can help us with healing it. Yeah, tell the story.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Let's see.
A fellow by the name of Kunnish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunnish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good. letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Let's see. And Father talked about life.
The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
I'm just gonna keep doing this one.
A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Let's see. I'm gonna do this one.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Let's see. I'm gonna keep doing this one.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
Yeah, that sucked.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's probably accurate.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings.
He does have a point, though.
Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through.
Is she barren?
I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robard. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years. But it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Interesting little conversation. Interesting little conversation. Yeah. History can be quite unkind, but largely because people are unkind to each other. Ooh, looks like nightmares.
Move in, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
I don't think that's what was actually said. That's not at all what was said.
Don't be a coward.
They told you to flee. He's misremembering in his nightmare state. That's interesting. It's an interesting narrative choice of what to do there and how to handle that.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
That seems important. Give me a moment to put my shoes back on. I took them off like you asked. Via the gateway stairs. Equip. Okay, I just saw something else pop in the codex. Oh, here's someone, speech and persuasion. Sometimes you need powers of persuasion to achieve your goals. When talking to people, you can often choose what kind of impression you want to make on them. You can simply use speech, which, however, is influenced by the reputation you have at the moment with the person you're talking to. For the Middle Ages, social status was paramount, so the quality of your attire and how well-groomed you are... okay, yeah. We already kind of went over a lot of this. Watch out, different approaches work on different people. Yeah, okay, so that already kind of popped up in the thing. Lords of Talmberg. The coat of arms of the Lords of Talmberg consists of 2 water lily leaves, argent, silver, on a field gules, red. Oh, okay, 2 water lily leaves, argent, on a field gules. The dynasty dates back to 1291, when Talmberg Castle was under the administration of William, son of then Prague Burgrave Prosnata of Uzitz. His descendants later owned estates in South and East Bohemia, including Slatinani, Milikin, and the area around Kozlov. I probably butchered all those pronunciations, my apologies. Some of the Talmberg lords achieved some influential posts in administration as burgrave or magistrate. Okay, so we have William of Talmberg and Milliken, or Millicent, I'm not sure. In 1297, the head of the provincial court, the direct founder of the Talmberg branch, and a direct bearer of the Hrasnada coat of arms. The Hrasnada family was one of the few that did not directly engage in the war against the king, so did not forfeit property. He founded Talmberg Castle. He had 2 sons, Divish and Nizmizel. Sir Divish of Talmberg. Divish Talmberg, Sir Divish of Talmberg, owned Talmberg Castle in the years 1390 to 1415. In 1391, the castle was conquered and Divish was taken captive and by his neighbor Havel Medic of Veldic, though we no longer know how the dispute arose between them. Due to the king's inability to settle the matter, Divish was imprisoned in his own castle for 7 long years, while his young wife, Stephanie, attempted to raise the ransom to free him. Thanks to the help of friends, including Radzik, Kobila, he was finally liberated, and Medic was condemned for his actions as a rebel. From 1400 onward, Divish held the office of Prague Burgrave, and in 1401 moved his seat to Prague. Meanwhile, Talmberg Castle was repaired, and he gave it to his wife. Divish returned there in 1414, and in 1418 his son Uldrich governed the estate. According to some sources, Divish died in 1415, while others attest that in 1418, Jan Yankovsky sold him Yankov Castle, where the Talmberg family lived until 1702. Divish had 3 sons, Uldrich, Willem, and Mikulas, who governed Yankov from 1433 onwards. I see. What am I doing with my character? My speech is leveled up some. I still have a perk point. First aid. What is this? Enables you to use bandages. Oh, okay. It requires level 3 to use, apparently. Wow, there's a bunch of stuff in here. I will consider all of those things later. Right now, none of these stood out to me as something I really wanted. So, how am I doing? Nourishment and energy are both doing all right. So let's go take the torch from the table. Oh. I need to use pickup. Otherwise, I'm trying to punch. Okay, if you need a torch at night, use your torch by holding 1. Even better, use Nighthawk Potion. Okay, so that's a potion that lets you see, I imagine. Yes, I don't think I have anything to do outfit-wise, but I imagine I need to come over here. Wait, where am I trying to go? Over here, yeah? Oh. That's not where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go to a different spot. It's interesting how they've made the rain sound change in volume based upon coverings and stuff. Wait, where am I trying to go? This is the part where you pull up a map. Okay, so I'm trying to go over there. Get to the battlements via the gateway stairs. Wait, are these the gateway stairs? Or are the gateway stairs over here? There's the gateway. Ah, the gateway stairs.
You should have fled to the woods. Keep your old wives' tales to yourself. Anyway, you think Sigismund wouldn't catch up with us in the forest? Here, at least, we have a chance to defend ourselves. The well is deep. We've got decent stomachs.
Sigismund's pirates are a mob of foreign mercenaries. They don't know this country like we do. We could hide out somewhere until it blows over.
I mean, that's potentially viable.
Only all they have to do is lean on some stolid serf and you'll happily tell them everything.
I didn't think of that.
Not that I'm spoiling for a fight, but if I have to choose a place to then right here behind the solid walls of the pit.
Yeah. Where am I trying to go now? Just down this way, I guess.
Listen up! If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
You called for me, Sir Robard.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg tonight? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started.
Yeah.
And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
Captain Robard. Ooh, the plot advances.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robard?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out! Anywhere, people! Move out!
They're doing a good job with the rain. that challenge between wanting to bury your parents and all that. Anyway.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Yep. Alrighty, well, while they're sorting out who's going where, I'm going to need to go ahead and wrap this episode up. So, until next time, everyone, thank you for watching, and take care.